I don't like to brag, and I've seen a lot of people land a killing blow on Kalaris who are invisible, but I've never seen someone land all 3 shots on a Kalari while they're stealth, which is exactly what I do here. I had no fucking idea I would land those shots. It's pretty insane. Hashtag top 5 plays, anyone? Hey, is another carry actually relevant now? I think so. I tried to play some Sparrow on my main, but after countless draft dodges and then running into people who wanted to do the same thing, I jumped on a Smurf and had some fun with the build I made. What I noticed was that I was just more powerful and impactful with Murdoch and Twinblast at nearly every stage of the game except for the late game, and this does make sense. Sparrow is a late game hyper carry, but does this warrant you to pick her over other carries? And that depends on your playstyle. As always, we'll go over my build and then look at the guide. I start with the Archmagus as my prime card, 2 cast tokens, a health potion, a hunter's drink and blink charm. Hunter's drink is what I replace my health potion with once I reach level 5 because it offers better health regen at this point. Next we have an empty ward. This can really be any shadow ward, I'll show you why in the guide section. A guardian's ward with 3 minor casts, a Riftmagus Scepter also with 3 minor casts, another Riftmagus Scepter with a major cast and 2 major wounds, and a third Riftmagus Scepter with 2 major casts and a major wound, and the final Riftmagus Scepter with 2 minor casts and a minor wound. As you can see, I love my Riftmagus Scepters. I then have a Whirling one with a major Kinetic followed by 2 casts, Silent Indignation for that lifesteal and attack speed active with 2 greater drains and a drain. Feral Stone is the final card with 3 minor Kinetics. Now the way I like to build Sparrow is with really cheap cards first, so I'll start with a health potion and 2 cast tokens and then move on to my Sage's ward and my 2 cheap Riftmagus Scepters. I like to have blink at this point just because Sparrow really has no escape. I'll then take my Feral Stone and max that out instantly for the crit bonus. Next I recommend going for your more expensive Riftmagus Scepter, but you can take the cards in any order you wish. Once I got my 2 expensive Riftmagus Scepters, I'll take my Silent Indignation for the lifesteal. The active also gives you attack speed, so you can afford to take the Whirling wand as your last item. I went over the build pretty fast, but if you click on the agora.gg link in the description, you will see the build order over there. With Sparrow, you won't be able to apply too much early game pressure. If a hero like Greystone, Rampage, Sevrog and so on jump onto you, you're pretty much screwed unless you've got some good support, which in solo queue is unlikely, so you ideally want to spend your time landing those last hits in lane and focusing on your farm. When you finally get your blink charm around the 20 to 27 CP mark, you can afford to be aggressive. That's what this build is designed for you to do, so take advantage of it. At this point you hit a really nice power spike. 3 maxed out cards with a little bit of crit and blink. Try to be a bit more forceful, push towers and secure kills. I want to mention that you can do all 3 raptors with this power spike. You do need to grab at least the green buff to do it solo. Having the black buff definitely does help, but the point here is that being able to secure these alone at such an early stage in the game is huge. It is risky to do alone, so maybe do it when you've got a couple of the enemy team dead or with your allies, but the option is there should you choose to use it. Now when we made the deck, I mentioned that you should get any shadow ward. This is so when you spawn in, you can buy this ward, run to around here and throw it down. This will allow you to farm in peace without having to worry about getting caught by the enemy jungler. Sparrow is fragile in the early stages, and until later on you need to be very careful as falling behind on Sparrow is pretty easy. Once you've placed the ward, you can recall and buy your health potion and cast tokens as normal. Don't forget to switch it for a hunter's drink when you hit level 5. When it comes to fighting enemies, you really want to take advantage of Sparrow's passive ability, Relentless. This passive means successive hits within 5 seconds on the same target deal an extra % of damage depending on your level of the ability. The effect stacks up to 5 times and is triggered by any damage Sparrow causes, so at level 1 this effect deals 10% extra damage at max stacks. Not much, right? But at level 4 it does 32.5% damage at max stacks, which is 1/3 extra damage for free. The only problem is getting max stacks, but even then that's not a problem. I've put a lot of attack speed into the build with Feral Stone and Whirling Wand and Silent Indignation to help you build those stacks, but the easiest way is with Sparrow's Q, Hail of Arrows. Every dot from that ability, so basically damage tick that you see, applies a stack to that enemy. This is why you always see me fire my Hail of Arrows as soon as I engage, to build up those stacks stacks as quickly as possible, and this is something you have to take advantage of, especially if you can land the ability on multiple targets, then fire your ultimate. You will have 5 stacks plus your ultimate damage, which in this clip equals a quad fucking kill. The Sparrow got away with 1 auto attack, fuck my life, but as you can see, this build equals destruction. Also in this clip, did you notice something? My positioning was ideal for Sparrow. I was behind my frontliners, able to do an insane amount of damage without being under any real threat. I did get close to Greystone at one point, but my steel did an excellent job healing. This is the kind of engagement Sparrow is the best at. In this game there is no one better, popping her ultimate into all the enemies while her team sit in front of her and protect her. So positioning is key, right? But even under a tower you can get dove, like a steel ult will come crashing down, or even a Greystone. This is why it's important to have blink, but also to understand and recognize that giving up a tier 1 is perfectly fine. Don't die for a tier 1 tower, they always go down anyways. Also, I got that steel really low. I could chase him and probably get the kill, but I would 100% die for it. I do however get the enemy Sparrow. Either way, I never think it's worth dying for a kill on Sparrow or any carry really. I think your farm is way more important, whereas if you're a steal and you trade for the enemy carry, that's probably a decent trade. To sum it all up, I think Sparrow is back, but I'm still in favour of Murdoch and Twin Blast. You can definitely do some serious damage with Sparrow if you remember a few things. Position yourself well and behind your front line. Focus on getting farmed as much as possible because you truly shine in the late game. Remember to use your silent indignation active when fighting or to increase your life regen, since more hits per second equals more life back. Also, don't forget to build those stacks as quickly as possible using your Q or even your silent indignation for more attack speed. It also stacks on multiple targets at the same time, so try to hit them all with your ultimate, because in terms of DPS, Sparrow's ultimate is probably the strongest, especially when you're hitting multiple targets. If you enjoyed this video, smash that thumbs up button, subscribe for more Paragon content, and let me know which hero you'd like to see a build and guide for. Until next time guys, peace.